Sveiki visi, šiandien darysime interviu su amerikiečių bodybuilderiu veganu Korin Sutton ir jis atvyksta į vegfest LT, kuris vyks birželio 9 dieną. Taigi su Korinu mes pakalbėsime apie žinomą veganizmą ir kaip veganizmas kartu eina su sportu, sveikata ir raumenų auginimu. Taip pat pakalbėsime truputį apie jo gyvenimą ir tai tiek. Labai trumpai, tikiuosi jums pateiks ir važiuojam. We have Korin Sutton, is that right?
Yeah.
He's a vegan bodybuilder from America, founder of Body HD Fitness. Today we have him and we're gonna speak about vegan bodybuilding for a few minutes, maybe a little bit about personal life and stuff like that. So if I missed something about you, just that's your minute to about you. Have I missed something?
No, I'm waiting,
Yeah? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So straight to questions then. How long you've been a vegan now?
So I've been vegan for about 5 years. Almost going close to 6 pretty soon. But it's been awesome. Been vegan for a while. Started with the bodybuilding about 4 years ago. So I've been bodybuilding for about 4 years. And it's a great lifestyle. I love it. I love everything about it. I love how I feel. I love the energy. Being vegan, being on a plant-based diet. So for me, it's an amazing lifestyle. I really love it.
Yeah. And Gary Yovsky's speech was the final click for you, was it?
Yeah, the Gary Yourofsky speech, if anyone hasn't heard of him, he's a huge animal activist. And for me, that was my awakening. That was the speech that actually made me transition more into the plant-based lifestyle. Yeah. So how it all started with me is just I was in Broward College, and he came into my classroom, and I listened to his speech. And if you haven't seen or heard the speech ever, it's called The Best Speech Ever. You could Google it. And
that speech went viral. It's like all over the place now. I've seen it many times.
It's really great. And if you look it up on YouTube, just Google it. Like you'll see a white guy with a bald head and some glasses. And I highly encourage everyone to watch it. But it's definitely something that definitely woke me up to transition more.
Yeah. Next question would be like how other bodybuilders react to the fact that you're vegan. How are they kind of?
So through competition, when it comes with me, a lot of bodybuilders are really inspired. They're inspired that it's very possible to see someone at that level competing purely on plant-based, and they always ask questions like, are you eating eggs? Are you doing dairy? Like, what is it? And I tell them, no, it's all plant-based. 0 animals are required with this lifestyle. And, the big question is usually, where's the protein? And I give them like a good heads up, or I send them to my YouTube channel, which is called Vegan Live Fit. So I send them there and have them watch some of my videos and some of the progress and meal preps that I do. And they're just inspired. They're very inspired. I've seen a couple bodybuilders actually transition more into a plant-based lifestyle, or at least reduce their animal consumption. So it's definitely something that's highly encouraged, because, especially in this sport, because a lot of athletes, we're just trying, when it comes to bodybuilding, a lot of athletes are doing this because they want to be healthier and also be a great representative to their community or to themselves or family, whatever the case can be, showing that, being healthy, being muscular, all these things are great for them. So when they see someone who's more on the plant-based, it definitely destroys that myth that's revolving around the fitness industry, saying that you have to consume meat to build muscle. So it's highly encouraging when I compete.
Definitely, the more you know, the better you do. Like nutrition wise, it makes sense to reduce animal products to like 0, because it's unhealthy, all the saturated fat and toxins found in meat and stuff like that. Estrogen specifically, is a massive one that kind of like dairy milk. It's all like we've been conditioned that it's like healthy products when it's actually the opposite. So it's
Well, I mean, I would also include that it's not just the animal protein; it's just the rate of how we consume it. A lot of people don't realize that the consumption rate when it comes to animal protein is really, really high, and especially in the U.S. I mean, we're considered one of the highest consumers when it comes to meat, dairy, and eggs. So that's why we're number one when it comes to diabetes and heart disease. So it's really, you don't have to be a rocket scientist or a health coach like myself to realize that. You just have to look at statistics, look at your own family members and see how many people falls within this category, falls within the statistics when it comes to diseases. And if you realize, especially for anyone that's watching this video today, if you realize that if anyone in your family has like diabetes, cancers, or some type of heart disease, one thing to do is definitely look into what your family is consuming. If you realize that your family is consuming all the same products and everyone falls in line with the same exact disease, maybe it's not a genetic thing. Maybe it's more of what you're consuming. And just by changing what you consume, I always tell people, see for yourself. Be that individual to see for yourself, to see the changes by just reducing it. Reduce it. Reduce the animal intake and just see the health benefits from yourself if you don't believe anyone.
That's definitely not an accident. That's not an accident that people see the same correlation over and over again, like animal consumption and you have heart disease and diabetes and stuff like that going like all together step by step. So the next question is, I'm not too sure. So you served your country for a long time, and have you been a vegan while you were doing that?
In the military? So, I was in the military for about 8 years. I did 4 years in the United States Marine Corps, and then another 4 years in the United States Navy. Now, when I was in the military, I would say during that last year when I was in the Navy, I was doing my transition more into a plant-based lifestyle. First what I did was went pescatarian, and I eventually went vegan when I was still in. But once I went 100%, that's when I pretty much got out. I pretty much got out of the military after that and started really pursuing and being more focused on my schoolwork and also my career of what I wanted to do in health and fitness.
So how they deal in the military, if they have someone like vegan person?
Well, I mean, I trained a couple people in the military. I mean, with me, I can't really talk for myself just because at that period of time I was transitioning out of the military, so I really didn't go through like all the hassles that other military members would go through if they decided to go vegan. But I have trained a couple military service members and through my program, and what it is that it's kind of hard for some individuals because when it comes to like the chow hall, especially if you're a single military person, more likely they're living on base. So it's a little hard because when it comes to the eating, they have something called a chow hall, like a cafeteria where everyone gathers and eat food. So you're only able to eat of what they serve. So, I mean, that could be a little challenging, which means that individual would have to, for their mostly for their protein source, not for like carbohydrates, vegetables, fruits. I mean, all that stuff will be there, but when it comes to the protein source, that might be a little bit challenging. And I haven't been in for a while, so I don't know what they actually serve. But I can only imagine, and especially talk on behalf of people that I trained at, when it comes to the protein, they would have to get it from their like local grocery store, like tofu, tempeh, things like that, and cook it separately from the meals that they're getting from the cafeteria. So that might be the most challenging part, but I think it's really easy if you really apply it and really try to make a change. And I think also, if more military members who become more plant-based start talking more about it, like telling their command, writing petitions, and actually start campaigns showing the health benefits behind it, they could easily add at least a vegetarian or a vegan option into those cafeterias. So I really think that's something that someone should definitely jump on. Maybe I should jump on. But like jump on that campaign. But definitely that's something that I see personally.
Yeah. Awesome. So next question would be more like kind of more personal. So me as a personal trainer, I find like it's hard, like for someone, when you do meal plans and how you go around, how you design a meal plan who is not yet vegan.
Okay, so like I do train people who do consume animal products, and the reason I do that is just because, first of all, majority of the world is not vegan. That's number one. So by just training just vegans, I'm definitely taking a huge mark when it comes to business and finances. I want to tell you the truth. When it comes to money, you're not going to get a lot. So, definitely opening the doors and training people who consume meat is definitely an option in my business. And what I do is I just go from a health aspect. I'm a health coach, so I can't really put ethics on the table, but what I can do is subliminally do it. So what I do is I come really hard on a health perspective, and what I do is I take out red beef, pork, processed meats, and shellfish, and also dairy. So I take those animal products out because it's high saturated fat, high cholesterol, high in hormones that we don't need, like estrogen, like you said before. So I take those animal products out, and then I allow my clients to consume lean chicken, turkey, and high quality fish. But then I also include more vegan and vegetarian options. Also, they can do egg whites as well. So by doing that, it allows the client to significantly reduce their animal consumption, and then at the same time they can feel the benefits of consuming more plants into their diet. Now, there could be some vegans who's watching this and say pretty much in the comment section, like, that's fucked up. What about other animals? You're promoting more consumption of chickens, and it's not fair. I mean, that's true, but at the same time, we have to look at it from a human perspective too, and not everyone's the same. Not everyone's like me, went through a quick transition. Some people,
it takes time.
It takes time for different people, and that's what we have to realize. And because you have to realize that everyone's coming from different cultures, different backgrounds, different situations, even different financial situations. Maybe they can't afford eating all this, plant-based products. Maybe they don't have the time to prepare some of these products. So, what I do is definitely make the plans like that so people can transition. Now, from doing this method, I've seen a lot of my clients do transition more into a vegan and vegetarian lifestyle just because they reduce their meat intake,
and they feel the benefit.
And they feel the benefits. And then when they feel the benefits, they kind of wonder, like, what they always ask me the question after working with me. For a while, they'll tell me, what happens if I go more vegan, or if I went vegetarian, what will happen? And I'm like, nothing's going to happen. You're just going to feel better. Like, why are you scared? Like, I'm vegan. Hello. Like, I'm vegan. Like, nothing's wrong with me. So, and then they transition more into a plant-based lifestyle. So I've seen a high percentage of my clients, especially somewhere between 80 and 90%, transition rate into a vegan vegetarian lifestyle by doing this method. So I highly encourage other coaches, especially if you're like a plant-based coach. Sometimes we need to put ethics off the table and do what we're trained to do. I mean, I was trained to be a health coach, and my primary mission is to make sure people are healthy and they're getting to their goals. That's number one when it comes to business. And then at the same time, secondary, then the ethics, because we have to really look at this world very black and white, and we have to see the truth. We can preach and push beliefs on people as much as we want, but you're just making it more difficult on yourself versus really educating people. And I feel like I'll come from an education background, and I'm teaching people to go more plant-based. And when they're taught to go more plant-based, then it's easier for them to accept it.
Education is the key always. Once you educate people and then they see the benefit, they it's just common sense, So next question would be about Lithuania. So how you decided, how that mind came across about vegan vegfest in Lithuania?
So with me, what happened was I was pretty much, I got a phone call, just like you called me, and they said it's a woman called Ventikate. I know I'm screwing that whole last name up, but I know the first name is like Vente. So she's like an organizer for Lithuania Vegfest, and she contacted me because she said that bodybuilding is very huge in that area. A lot of people do work out, but the downfall is that when it comes to vegan bodybuilders, that's something that's not heard of yet. So they decided to bring someone from the United States, which would be myself, over there to teach classes and seminars about going more vegan, going more plant-based, and how you can do it being a bodybuilder. So pretty much in a nutshell, that's pretty much how it happened, just through social media. And with me, I just represent myself. I just show my testimonials, show you what I eat, show what I do for workouts and things like that. And people get inspired and they want me to speak and share my knowledge of what I do.
Yeah, I think UK and America are really catching up of vegan bodybuilding. You definitely, it's not so hard to find vegan bodybuilders. And for example, if in Lithuania, personally, I do not know any. I don't know a single person who is Lithuanian vegan bodybuilder. So I think the time will come. The time will come.
Especially since they're doing a vegfest. I believe this was the first one. This will be the first one this year. So that's right there is a sign itself. It starts with that, and that's when veganism and plant-based dieting and stuff like that is actually growing in your area.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time then.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Yeah. It was nice to see you. Real pleasure. And I hope to see you soon then. Right?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. See you then.
Alright, man. See you, bro.